In this video, we will be creating an animation. We will be doing this using a web-based application. Please open up Google Chrome, and in your search bar, please type Piskel. Once you've typed that in, press enter. This top one, Piskel, it is a animation software. We're not going to sign in. We're just going to click Create Sprite. That will bring us to this main page. On the left-hand side, we have a toolbar similar to Adobe Illustrator. A lot smaller, a lot less options, but that's okay. Next to it is a column where, as I add frames, all of our animation frames will get stacked up. As I create and draw in the center, whichever frame is selected, the drawing will be on that frame. I'll probably start with frame 1. And just to start, we'll delete everything. In the center, we have our workspace. It's where we draw, create art. On the right-hand side, we have a preview window. This window will let us see the animation that we're creating. We can control the frames per second with this slider, or in our preferences menu, I believe, on this MISC tab, miscellaneous. So go to your preferences, MISC, and you can put it exact if you're having trouble with that slider. We have layers. We'll look at those later, maybe. Different things we can do with our artwork. And then we have a toolbar here. We've looked at a little of this, the preferences. Some other useful things in here are maybe the colors of your background. This works for me. I like the dark one, but you might like something different. That's fine. Something else that we will be concerned with in this toolbar is the second option where it says resize. If you keep this box checked, whatever you change the top number to, it will force the bottom number to be changed. Or if you change the bottom number, it will force the top number. If you'd like these numbers to be different, just uncheck your box and then you can edit them individually. I'm going to start off 64 by 64. We could resize things. You can just check this resize box if you want to make your canvas bigger. And I think that's it. Let's start creating some artwork. In our column, we have a pen tool. We have 4 different sizes. The first size is 1 pixel by 1 pixel. The next one is 2 pixels by 2 pixels. The next one is 3 pixels by 3 pixels. And then you got it, 4 by 4. We have an eraser that operates the same exact way. We have a paint bucket tool. If I select the paint bucket and click on my screen, the entire screen gets filled in black. Why is it black? Because that is the color that is in front. We have one color that is in front, and if I click this little switcher, it switches my 2 colors. You can see that the right mouse button will paint with the secondary color, and the left mouse button will paint with your primary color. So I can left click to get rid of that. This grid is a transparency. Black, transparent, black, transparent. What I'll do is draw a figure 8 on my screen. I'm going to left click one time on this color and change it to yellow. I'm going to go to my paint bucket and click inside this top loop. Notice that only the top loop is filled. It didn't fill the outside or the bottom. The reason is there's a continuous same color border around this color so it doesn't leak out into the outside. Let's right click to put in the transparent color. Then let's cut a hole. Go back to our paint bucket and left click. Notice that everything is filled because we now had an opening. Now I'll right click once more to use my paint bucket with my secondary color. And I'll get rid of that by doing the same, painting all the black with that transparency. I'm going to go to my thinnest pencil tool, select my black color, and this time I'm going to create a rectangle. Clicking and dragging, clicking and holding and dragging, and we'll create one more rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that in my animation frame we can see our 4 squares. In this preview we can see our 4 squares as well. I'm going to take my arrow and I'm going to hover on my animation frame. I'd like to recreate exactly what I have, so I'm going to press this bottom right corner. This will duplicate the currently selected frame. Here is my new frame, and it's selected. We know that because it's yellow. Top right will delete it. Let's reduplicate it. And then bottom left will let me move this around by clicking and holding and dragging. With frame 2 selected, I'm going to my paint can. I'm going to change my color to red in the top right corner, and we'll fill. Notice that over here we're starting to get some blinking. That's because we have a plain frame, and then we have a red frame, and we can see those cycling. As we turn our frame speed down, the blink becomes a little bit more apparent. So this is playing 4 frames per second. We can see it toggle on, off, over and over. Alright, let's duplicate this frame. Change our color. We'll go to green. Fill this one. Duplicate this frame. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4 different frames. Hopefully this makes sense how we're moving through these. We'll fill this with blue. And we'll duplicate this. We need yellow. All right. I think that I would rather have red, green, yellow, blue. So let's move this one down. Let's go to frame 4, which should be without this. And then we'll go to this one and add this. So now we can see red, green, yellow, blue, red, green, yellow, blue. I'd like them to disappear now. So let's take frame 5 and duplicate it. And we will erase all of the blue. Actually, what am I doing? I'll paint bucket that out. So red, green, yellow, blue, and then blue disappears. Let's repeat frame 3. Instead of redrawing it, we can just click duplicate and then drag this one to the bottom. And then we want to have last just our red frame, so we'll duplicate that and drag it to the bottom. Alright, so looking at the left hand side, all 4 are blank. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, and then it should repeat. We see it go, and then go back, and then go, and then go back. What I'd like you to do, create an animation of your own. You're going to come over here to export. You're going to export it as a GIF. And click download. Notice that it did download in my bottom toolbar. I'm going to click Show in Folder, and it should be in my download folder, and it is. Right click on it, go to rename, and you're going to title it your last name, your first name, and then animation 1. We'll do a few of these. Once you have your file created, please upload that to Google Classroom. Thank you.